Today is Thursday of the eighth week in Ordinary Time. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. As Jesus was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a sizable crowd, Bartimaeus, a blind man, the son of Timaeus, sat by the roadside begging. On hearing that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, "Jesus, son of David, have pity on me." And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he kept calling out all the more, "Son of David, have pity on me." Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." So they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take courage, get up, Jesus is calling you." He threw aside his cloak, sprang up, and came to Jesus. Jesus said to him in reply, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man replied to him, "Master, I want to see." Jesus told him, "Go your way, your faith has saved you." Immediately he received his sight and followed him on the way. The Gospel of the Lord. Today's gospel takes place in Jericho, and we have the name of the person who is healed, Bartimaeus. I think that gives us a little glimpse into Jesus's personal love for each of us, and the dynamism of his mission. He's passing through Jericho. We never hear about Jesus doing something in Jericho, staying longer than just to stay at Zacchaeus' house. And so he's passing through each time he's going, because that's one of the routes he might take from Galilee to Jerusalem. And so Bartimaeus is sitting by the roadside, and Jesus is walking by. And even at the end, we see that Jesus is moving forward, because the man receives his sight and follows Jesus on the way. So Jesus is still on the way. We see Jesus on mission, and yet he zeroes in on his target. His love for us is personal. He looks us in the eyes like he looks at Bartimaeus. Bartimaeus is named. There's many people who aren't named in the gospel. So here this emphasizes the fact that we knew him. And so perhaps as the gospels are being written, this is even somebody who had later on really became a follower, a part of the early church, perhaps even his father, because we hear that he's Bartimaeus, which means son of Timaeus, but it says he's Bartimaeus, he's son of Timaeus, so maybe we knew who Timaeus was as well. So perhaps these were building blocks in the early Christian community. And at any rate, they testify to the fact that Jesus knew people personally and cares about them, and that was part of Christian community too, was to name someone, to know their identity. So we know that Jesus is on his way. He's got a mission, but he doesn't leave us behind. He looks at us, loves us, knows our identity. We just want to give thanks for Jesus' love and for the mission, to know that he's seeking and saving the lost and establishing this personal relationship as he heals us. Amen.